Hey everyone, today we're diving deep into Dead Poet Society, specifically focused on Neil Sperry. And I wanted to share how I analyze his character arc by blending a poetic tradition with a psychological theory. It's a pretty intense combination, but it's very insightful. So first, let's talk about the poetic tradition that Mr. Keating introduced and that I chose to focus on, transcendentalism. For me, this isn't just about old poem. It's a whole way of looking alive, and the main idea is that each of us has the inner truth, divine spark, and we should trust above everything else. Think Emerson and Thoreau, they were all about being self-reliant and finding truth within ourselves and in nature. It's like Emerson's famous line, "Whoso would be a man to be authentically you, to break free from just following the crowd or what society expects." It's about living deliberately, as Thoreau put it. Now, to understand Neil's internal struggle, I look into Carl Rogers' self-theory. This theory talks about our real self and our ideal self. It causes incongruence, and that's where a lot of psychological distress come from. Also, Rogers emphasized the importance of unconditional positive regard, or basically being accepted and loved for who you are. Neil's father is the example of someone imposing these conditions of worth. He doesn't see Neil's passion for acting. He sees a future doctor, a way to boost his own status. This creates this huge disconnect for Neil. His real self is the vibrant or creative kid who loves the stage, but his father's demands push him towards an ideal self that isn't him at all. This congruence is, I think, the root of his deep unhappiness. So, how does Neil embody or fight against transcendentalism through Rogers' theory? This is where his character arc becomes so powerful and honestly heartbreaking. Mr. Keating's lessons, especially the whole carpe diem idea, are like a lifetime for Neil. They give him the philosophical and emotional encouragement to explore his real self. The Dead Poets Society becomes this safe space where these radical ideas can be discussed and for a brief, glorious moment acted upon. I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life, and see if I could not learn what it had to teach, and not, when I came to die, discover that I had not lived. This quote really captures the transcendentalist desire to live a life that's meaningful and true to oneself, which is exactly what Neil was yearning for. When Neil decides to audition for the school play A Midsummer Night's Dream and takes on a role of Puck, it's a massive act of transcendentalist of self-reliance. And now he's finally choosing to live deliberately, to pursue what truly essential to him, not just what expected. And in that moment, he's moving towards congruence, experiencing what Rogers might call a glimpse of the fully functioning person, or someone who is open to their experiences and trusts their own inner compass. But here's the really tough part. Neil doesn't have the psychological support system to sustain this transcendentalist ideal. And even if others don't approve, Neil's father provides the opposite. He systematically tears down Neil's sense of self-worth, and he offers only conditional love and based on Neil's becoming the doctor he wants him to be. When his father finds out about the play and forbids him from continuing, Neil is completely crushed and trapped between his real self and his father's demands. The incongruence becomes unbearable. His suicide in this light isn't just an act of despair. It's a final, tragic assertion of agency. A desperate attempt to reclaim control over his own experience when all other paths to being his true self have been blocked. A devastating illustration of how external pressures can shatter an individual's attempt to live according to their inner truth, especially when they lack the unconditional support needed to navigate those challenges. So for me, Neil Perry's story is a powerful and painful reminder that while poetic and philosophical traditions can inspire us to live more authentic lives, and our philosophical environment, or the love, the acceptance, and support we receive, is absolutely crucial for us to actually achieve that. It's a lesson that really stuck with me. That's all.